It's recording. Alrighty, hello, my name's Eva Fath. I'm interviewing Micah here. So, Micah, what is something that you would like to improve in the aspect of health and wellness in your life?
I would like to get on a more regular exercise schedule. I was an athlete in high school and felt like I was pretty decently in shape, but after high school, I am not involved in like intramural sports or anything, or um, I don't go to the gym, and so I want to be moving more consistently. It doesn't have to be super intense, but I want to be doing something more
Mhm.
consistently.
Yeah, it's definitely hard, especially being a college student. Do you feel like maybe schoolwork is what the main barrier is, that you're not getting that exercise?
Partially, I'm also an RA, so I do have like a pretty heavily responsible have I do have a big responsibility in terms of like a leadership position. And so I just think that balancing schoolwork and my job essentially,
Mhm.
um, I feel like I don't have time. Like I know I do, but I feel like I kind of use it as an excuse.
Yeah.
So
I agree. It's really hard when you're stressed out, and on top of it, yeah, being an RA is something that some people can resonate with and some people can't. So that's something that you is hard to kind of work around with a busy schedule. Um, Something that really helped me was using SMART goals. So even like activity, like you feel like sometimes you have to go to the gym for an hour and get like a really good workout in and stuff, but really just like listening to a lecture online or something or a podcast and just walking to your class is even like exercise, and you don't even feel like it is, because sometimes I feel like people have the stigma of exercise being like going to the gym, lifting heavy weights and doing all this stuff, but in actuality it's sometimes just taking the stairs instead of the elevator. So I mean, that's just a simple thing that you can incorporate into your everyday life. So what do you think would be like a good example for you to use in your everyday life, like how I said, use the stairs instead of the elevator, something like that?
yeah, um, walking to class is definitely one. Except I only go to class 2 days a week, and it is often as I'm like, yeah, that'd be a good one. I'm not going to class often enough.
Right.
Um, I live on the second floor at school, so I mean, I do take the stairs, but it's a single flight. Like it's not really
Mm-hmm.
a ton. But maybe yeah, doing something like choosing to walk or like go on a walk more often, or um, even just like yoga in the mornings. I think would help with like stress and getting started and having like quiet time. I
Mm-hmm.
think would be good. I think that that's kind of an easy start.
Mm-hmm.
Is doing just like a half hour of like yoga in the mornings.
Yeah.
I think is somewhere where maybe I'd like to start. Eventually, I'd like to work up to like
So would you
going
like
to the
would you like to engage in more like stress reducing exercise instead of like I said, like lifting heavy weights and stuff?
I think at first probably like I lifted weights in high school, and my dad was a high school weight teacher for a long time and is a football coach, so like I have some experience with that, and like ideally I would be like going to the gym and doing some sort of lifting resistance training and cardio, and like I would ideally that's like the like you're right, it's the stereotype, it's the ultimate goal of everyone that works out, right, is to be going to the gym and lifting and doing all of that.
Right.
But I know that like going from nothing to that is very hard, and there needs to be a slower transition. So, and especially right now, I feel like de-stressing and seeing working out and being active as a de-stressor
Mm-hmm.
not only is a good transition, but it helps me mentally get over that barrier of like it's something I feel obligated to do versus something that I want to do. And I think that mentally, because I see it more as like but I see it as something that I want to do, and I feel obligated to do because I know that it's good for me. But it's the I feel guilty of it taking up time because it obviously isn't that like in my mind it's not that important to me. I can't get over the barrier of it's so important that I need to make time for it. you know?
Yeah.
And so I feel like transitioning into it a little bit with something like a de-stress, like yoga or something that's more like stress relieving, I think would be easier.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely being realistic is the biggest thing. I feel like a lot of people have very unrealistic goals. So being realistic and honestly like focusing that exercise is a stress reducer. And so like, you know, you think you can't exercise because you're stressed, but really in actuality, like working out could decrease your stress. So there's always different ways to look at it. But yeah, I feel like being realistic and starting out slow definitely will help you see a change in that. So yeah.
Perfect.
Alrighty, well, thanks for talking with me, and I